Testament of King Solomon, Part 3. And I summoned again to stand before me Beelzebul, the prince of demons. And I sat him down on a raised seat of honor, and said to him, Why art thou alone, prince of the demons? And he said to me, Because I alone am left of the angels of the firmament that came down. For I was first angel in the first heaven, being entitled Beelzebul. And now I control all those who are bound in Tartarus. But I too have a child, and he haunts the Red Sea. And on any suitable occasion, he comes up to me again, being subject to me, and reveals to me what he has done, and I support him. I, Solomon, said unto him, Beelzebul, what is thy employment? And he answered me, I destroy kings. I ally or join myself with foreign tyrants, and my own demons I set on to men, in order that the latter may believe in them and be lost. And the chosen servants of Yahweh Elohim, priests and faithful men, I excite unto desires for wicked sins, and evil heresies, and lawless deeds, and they obey me. And I bear them on to destruction, and I inspire men with envy and desire for murder, and for wars, and sodomy, and other evil things, and I will destroy the world. So I said to him, Bring to me thy child, who is, as thou sayest, in the Red Sea. But he said to me, I will not bring him today, but there shall come to me another demon called Ephipas. Him will I bind, and he will bring him up from the deep unto me. And I said to him, How comes thy son to be in the depths of the sea, and what is his name? And he answered me, Ask me not, for thou canst not learn from me. However, he will come to thee by any command, and will tell thee openly. I said to him, Tell me by what angel thou art frustrated. And he answered, By the holy and precious name of Almighty Yahweh Elohim, called by the Hebrews by a row of numbers, of which the sum is 644, and among the Greek it is Emmanuel. And if one of the Romans adjure me by the great name of the power elite, I disappear at once. I, Solomon, was astounded when I heard this, and I ordered him to saw up Theban. And when he began to saw the marbles, the other demons cried out with a loud voice, howling because of their king, Beelzebul. We hear of Pentateuch marble in Strabo, but the reference in the text may be to Thebes in Egypt. But I, Solomon, questioned him, saying, If thou wouldst gain a respite, discourse to me about the things in heaven. And Beelzebul said, Hear, king, if thou burn gum and incense and bulb of the sea, with nard and saffron, and light 7 lamps in an earthquake, thou wilt firmly fix thy house. And if, being pure, thou light them at dawn in the sun aligned, then wilt thou see the heavenly dragons, how they wind themselves along, and drag the chariot of the sun. And I, Solomon, having heard this, rebuked and rejected him, and said, Silence for this present, and continued to saw the marbles as I commanded thee. And I, Solomon, praised Yahweh Elohim, and commanded another demon to present himself to me. And one came before me who carried his face high up in the air, but the rest of the spirits curled away like a snail. And it broke through the few soldiers and raised also a terrible dust on the ground, and carried it upwards, and then again hurled it back to frighten us, and asked what questions I could ask as a rule. And I stood up and spat on the ground in that spot, and sealed with the ring of Yahweh Elohim, and forthwith the dust wind stopped. Then I asked him, saying, What art thou, wind? Then he once more shook up at dust, and answered, What wilt thou have, King Solomon? I answered him, Tell me what thou art called, and I would fain ask thee a question. But so far I give thanks to Yahweh Elohim, who has made me wise to answer this their evil plots. But the demon answered me, I am the spirit of ashes, Tephras. And I said to him, What is thy pursuit? And he said, I bring darkness on men, and set fire to fields. And I bring homesteads to nothing, but most busy am I in summer. However, when I get an opportunity, I creep into corners of the wall by night and day. For I am offspring of the Great One, and nothing else, nothing less. Accordingly I said to him, Under what star dost thou lie? And he answered, In the very tip of the moon's horn, when it is found in the south. There is my star. For I have been bidden to restrain the convulsions of the Hamatatian fever. And this is why many men pray to the Hamatatian fever, using these three names. And I heal them. And I said to him, I am Solomon. When therefore thou wouldest do harm, by whose aid dost thou do it? But he said to me, By the angels by whom also the third day's fever is lulled to rest. So I questioned him and said, And by what name? And he answered, That of the archangel Azael. And I summoned the archangel Azael, and set a seal on the demon, and commanded him to seize great stones, and toss them up to the workmen on the higher parts of the temple. And being compelled, the demon began to do what he was bidden to do. And I, King Solomon, glorified Yahweh Elohim afresh, who gave me this authority, and ordered another demon to come before me. And there came 7 spirits, females, bound and woven together, fair in appearance and comely. And I, Solomon, seeing them, questioned them and said, Who are ye? But they, with one accord, said with one voice, We are of the 33 elements of the cosmic ruler of the darkness. And the first said, I am deception. The second said, I am strife. The third said, I am clothed, which is battle. The fourth, I am jealousy. The fifth, I am power. The sixth, I am error or mistakes. The seventh, I am the worst of all. And our stars are in the firmament. 7 stars humble in sheen and all together. And we are called, as it were, goddesses. We change our place all and together we live. Sometimes in Lydia, sometimes in Olympus, sometimes in a great mountain. So I, Solomon, questioned them one by one, beginning with the first and going on to the 7th. The first said, I am deception. I deceive and weave snares here and there. I whet and excite heresies, but I have an angel who frustrates me, Lame Chalal. Likewise also the second said, I am strife, strife of strifes. I bring timbers, stones, hangers, my weapons on the spot, but I have an angel who frustrates me, Barucha Achel. Likewise also the third said, I am called Clotted, which is battle, and I cause the well-behaved to scatter and fall foul one of the other. And why do I say so much? I have an angel that frustrates me, Mamarat. Likewise, also the fourth said, I cause men to forget their sobriety and moderation. I part them and split them into parties, for strife follows me hand in hand. I rend the husband from the sharer of his bed, and children from parents, and brothers from sisters. But why tell so much to my despite? I have an angel that frustrates me, the great Baltial. Likewise also the fifth said, I am power. By power I raise up tyrants and tear down kings. To all rebels I furnish power. I have an angel that frustrates me, Astaraot. Likewise also the sixth said, I am error, mistake, King Solomon, and I will make thee to sin as I have before made thee to sin. When I cause thee to slay thine own brother, I will lead you into error so as to pry into graves. And I teach them that dig, and I lead errant souls away from all piety, and many other evil traits are mine. But I have an angel that frustrates me, Uriel. Likewise also the seventh said, I am the worst, and I make thee worse off than thou wast, because I will impose the bonds of Artemis. But the locust will set me free, for by means thereof is it fated that thou shalt achieve my desire. For if one were wise, he would not turn his steps towards me. So I, Solomon, having heard and wondered, sealed them with my ring, and since they were so considerable, I bade them dig the foundations of the temple of Yahweh Elohim, for the length of it was 250 cubits, and I bade them be industrious, and with one murmur of joint protest, they began to perform the task enjoined. Here ended the reading of the Testament of King Solomon.